morning, everybody. Welcome again. Happy Thursday. Let's come on into a comfortable upright. We'll start off just getting into our breath, settling into our physical body and our space. So make sure that you're comfortable. I always say that, but make sure that you're not sitting and you feel any kind of aches or tension or strain in any parts of your physical body. You want to make sure that you can feel easeful, and maybe this morning you move yourself right up against a wall if you have one. I'm going to do that and just use that as a support. Slide back here a little bit so that the backs of your shoulder blades can just sort of be lightly touching the wall. You don't have to have, if you are moving against the wall, you don't have to have your whole body up against it, but it just adds a little bit of support and reminder to be sitting up nice and tall, because even though we have the best intentions usually, sometimes as we're sitting breathing, your body starts to kind of roll forward or whatever our natural tendencies are. So it might just be a nice way to encourage that nice long spine. Again, you don't have to have every part of you touching, but just a little bit there. So if you are near a wall, just a nice variation maybe. So wherever you are, sit up nice and tall. So feel grounded through your sit bones, wherever if they're on the floor or if they're on a block or something. And then sitting up nice and tall through the spine. So you feel a little bit of engagement through your center to keep that spine nice and erect, and the chin, just make sure it's not tucked down. You want to have the back of the neck all the way through the spine, through the cervical area, nice and long. And then take an inhale, just bring the shoulders up to your ears, and exhale, relax them down and back. Do that a couple times. You can either make some circles or just kind of bring them up and down, just sort of starting to wake up the trapezoid muscles on the top of your shoulder and the base of the neck there. Starting to bring a little bit of movement and breath there. And then with your next inhale, take both arms high, bring them overhead, and then with the right fingertips, grab the left wrist, inhale, lift up, and exhale, just a very gentle stretch to the right, starting to wake up the side body. Keeping the sit bones grounded here, so you want to still feel heavy and grounded through the bottom, and just lift it, and then use an inhale to come back up to center, and we'll take the other side, right wrist, left fingertips, inhale up, and exhale, just a gentle stretch to the left. All the while just starting to take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then inhale, come back up to center, and then release the hands into your lap. Let your face soften, your eyelids get heavy, and we'll just come into our breath. So starting to watch it. Starting to watch the pattern of the inhales and the exhales. Your hands can rest in one another or on your lap, or in a mudra, whatever is comfortable for your body this morning. Just starting to watch the pace and the pattern of your breath. In and out through the nose. Maybe you start with a few deeper rounds of breath to just sort of get it flowing and get it moving and get your awareness tuned in there. And then letting it settle into its natural pace. As you're breathing, settling your physical body, of course, we're going to check in with our thoughts, check in the front of the head, notice what's going on there this morning, and just recognize whatever those thoughts are. Try to press pause, try to just push them aside for now. Really just let the focus be on the breath, on watching that inhale. Maybe repeating to yourself, I breathe in, I breathe out, or any other mantra that you might use to help clear the mind, to help settle the thoughts. Just follow the breath as it comes in through both nostrils, fills up the lungs, and then moves down to the belly. You can even keep one hand on your belly or between your sort of diaphragm and belly. Just feel the body expand a little bit with each breath in. Soften with the breath out. Take a few more rounds here, so just continuing to watch, breathe. Take another 3 rounds of breath here, filling the front of the head. And then with your next inhale, bring both arms overhead. Bring the palms together and then through to your heart center. We'll pause here to set our intention or dedication or thought or focus, whatever it is this morning to help you focus your thoughts and hone in as you practice. Breathe it in. You're ready, you can go ahead and release your hands back into your lap. If you are up against a wall, you can come away from it. And let's come on to all fours, onto our table. We'll start to wake up the body, wake up the spine a little bit. So starting in your neutral table, shoulders balanced over wrists and hips balanced over knees, and just taking a breath or two here. Feeling the strength without even moving, feeling the breath moving through your body. Gaze is just right between your thumbs. The core muscles are working to just keep you nice and long and flat through the spine. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, let's go ahead into our cat. So rounding, dropping the crown of the head and gently tucking the tail. And then inhale as you come through to your cow. And just taking these first few movements on your breath, trying to link the breath and the movement in whatever pace works for you this morning. Excuse me. Taking a few rounds in each direction, noticing any areas that might feel a little tighter this morning. Coming back through neutral, let's tuck our toes and come into our downward facing dog. So you can start off here in a shorter dog or come right into your regular length dog, whatever your body sort of adjusts into. And you can take a few breaths walking this out, bending one knee, lengthening through the opposite. Rounding through your palms. Feeling the energy start there through the fingertips, the ball joint of the hands, the heel of the hand, the weight nice and equally distributed. And then moving that energy up the arms, the outer arms, all the way up to the sky through the hips, and then down through the backs of the legs, out through the heels. Take another full breath here. And then let's walk the feet forward to meet the hands at the front of the mat. Come on into a ragdoll. So for this first one, we're going to bend our knees a lot, unless you've already been moving and working out this morning and you're Legs are already feeling nice and soft, but probably they're still a little tight. So bend the knees a lot, be gentle to your body. Grab opposite elbows, let the crown of the head get really heavy. And just take a few deep breaths here, just letting everything get soft. You can bring a little bit of movement side to side if that helps encourage the back body to release. Take another full round of breath here. And then releasing the arms and slowly with bent knees, roll up to stand. One vertebrae at a time. And the head come up last. And just feeling the vertebrae stack on top of one another as you come all the way to vertical. Inhale, sweep both arms high. And just really ground down through your heels, reach up. You can pistol lock your fingers and reach up to the sky. Gaze can stay looking up. And just really find as much length here. Take another breath in. And then exhale. We'll swan dive, hands to the heart center with a long flat spine. Come on back down to your fold. Take an inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Extending the tailbone back, the crown of the head forward. Fingertips can come anywhere between the knees and the ankles. Some of you might stay with your fingertips on the earth. That's okay too. Finding that engagement through the core, length through the spine. Take another breath in here. Feel the backs of the legs starting to lengthen even more. Exhale back into your fold. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale and fold. This time inhale and sweep all the way high, long spine. Really reach tall and exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. Reach it up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. This time we're going to place the hands and step back into our high plank. So whatever that high plank is for you, if it's a full high plank, if it's modified some way with your knees or toes or forearms down, whichever version this morning is most comfortable for you, for your practice. Settle in there, let your gaze settle, find your breath, find your strength and find your softness. All of those things together in this pose. We're going to stay for 5 more breaths. So dig deep, find that full deep breath. Take one more inhale. And then together, let's lower the knees if they were lifted. And then slowly hinge the elbows toward the back of the room as you come all the way down to your belly. Really trying to let your belly and your hips touch at once. And then release the tops of the feet down. Press the tops of the feet and engage the quadriceps. Feel the kneecaps lift. Bring the shoulder blades onto your back and then lift from your heart center. Maybe lift the hands for this first one. Focusing on the back body working here. Try not to bring your gaze too high. Just keep it straight ahead. Maybe if there's a wall in front of you, that place where the wall and the floor meet. Take another breath here. And then release the hands back down on either side of your heart and press yourself a little bit higher. Maybe into a medium or a high cobra. Maybe some of you scoot your hips forward, come into a high cobra or upward facing dog. Still squeezing the shoulder blades. Take another breath in. And then with your exhale, take it all the way back to your downward facing dog, nice and slowly. Settle back in there. Another full breath. With that exhale, look forward, walk your feet forward to meet your hands. In front of the mat, take an inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high, long spine. And exhale, hands together at your heart center. Pause here, take an inhale. And open mouth, exhale. And the next inhale, sweep high. Lengthen up, exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, place the hands, step back, high plank. To hold, not quite as long, but still to hold. So find your comfortable place here, find your breath, let the gaze settle. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, slowly lower. Either come through your chaturanga and pause there, or come all the way down to your belly. And then we'll inhale to our cobra, whatever height your body's comfortable coming to. Another breath in, and then exhale, bring it all back. Your downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths there. And with that third exhale, look forward, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale with a long spine, sweep high. And exhale, hands through to heart center. Take a pause, take an inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, sweep high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, place the hands, step back, high plank. Little less hold this time. Just 3 breaths. One more inhale. And then exhale, hinge forward, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale it all back to your downward facing dog. And again, 3 breaths. And in your third exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. All the way up. And exhale, hands through to heart center. Take an inhale and an exhale. And then we'll take a few more sun A's, this time on the breath. So if your breath is faster or slower than mine, then match your movements to your breath. So we'll just take 3 rounds. We'll all meet back here in our Tadasana at the end. And we'll just move together, but on our own. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it back, high plank to low. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. 3 breaths in your downward dog. And then your third exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, lifting the hips. 3 breaths. And then that third exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, swan dive. Lift with the inhale. High to low with the exhale. Heart cobra. And exhale it back, downward dog, 3 breaths. Move your third exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take an inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then bend the knees, drop the hips, come into your Utkatasana. So settling in first, feeling the weight move down and back so your heels are heavy, toes are light. Squeezing the thighs toward one another. Engaging through the core and then a little lift through the heart. So try not to be too rounded forward here, but lift it up. Shoulder blades on the back, and then hands can either stay pressing at your heart center or they can come high. Pinky sides of your hands rolling toward one another, opening through the shoulders, and just letting the gaze settle straight ahead. Trying to make sure that tailbone is dropping straight down. You don't want to see it curled up, and don't try to tuck it too far under. Just a nice neutral. Breathing fully here. 3 more deep breaths. And 1 more inhale. And then exhale, release to fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it back. High to low. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming back. And then in your downward dog, take an inhale, lift the right leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hip, and open it up. And just take a breath here. Let that left heel get a little heavier toward the earth. Lifting the right knee a little higher. Take another breath in. And then exhale, release and step that right foot forward, crescent lunge. Keep the back heel high. Ground into that right heel. Come on up. And then just settle in, starting to let that left hip flexor lengthen, grounding into that right heel, guiding the hip back to help square off toward the front of your mat. Just settling your gaze. Another inhale, and then exhale, release. Bring that right foot back up to your 3-legged dog, just yawn it up high. And then exhale it back down. Inhale the left. Bend the knee, stack the hip, and open it up. Get heavy through that right heel. Take another breath in. And then exhale, release. We'll step that left foot forward. Crescent lunge on the left. Grounding down. Inhaling up. And then soften down through the hips, through the shoulders. Lifting up through the heart. Grounding into that left side, squaring off the hips. Take another inhale. And then exhale, release the hands, send the left toes up to the sky, 3-legged dog. And exhale, release it back down. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more of those. With your next exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale to stand. Take an inhale. And open mouth, exhale. And we'll take a few sun bees on the breath. So again, moving at your breath, with your breath at your pace. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step it back, high plank to low. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, lifting the hips. Inhale, lift the right leg. Bend the knee, stack the hip and open it up. And then exhale, release, step it forward, ground to the other edge of the back foot, and inhale, come on up to your warrior. One breath, full expression up, and then exhale, release it down. Step the right foot back, high to low plank. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Inhale the left, and then you stack the hip. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. Rounding down, inhale up, full expression. Exhale, breath to release. Bring it back to your downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Empty lungs, look forward, walk, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale to stand. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, high to low. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale it back, downward facing. Inhale the right. Open it up. And exhale, step it forward, warrior one. One breath, inhale up. Exhale, release. At any point, you can be skipping the push-up, the vinyasa. You can be in your downward dog, in child's pose, and table, in any other resting place. If moving through the series with us at this moment isn't working. Otherwise, just moving along with your breath. Full breath in downward dog. With the exhale, look forward, walk, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale to stand. We'll take one more time through. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, lifting the hips. Inhale the right. Open it up. And exhale, step it forward, warrior one. Inhale high. Exhale, release. Upward facing. Downward facing. Inhale. The left. Exhale it forward. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog, full breath in, full breath out. Empty lungs. Look forward, walk, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale to stand. And the next inhale, we'll come back through our Utkatasana. And we'll add our prayer twist. So bring the hands together at the heart center. And we'll take a twist to the right, left elbow over right knee, pressing the palms, leading with the heart center, squeezing the thighs together still, filling the belly with breath. One more inhale. And then exhale, release to center, heel toe the feet, hip distance. Let's grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, release the crown of the head. And just settle into your fold, bending the knees as much as possible, as much as you feel is necessary, as much as possible. You can bend your knees a lot if you want. Letting the crown of the head get really heavy. The back body, the neck releasing. Another breath in. And then release, heel toe the feet back toward one another. Come back into your Utkatasana. Inhale the arms high. And then an exhale, hands through heart center, twist to the left, right elbow over left knee. Pressing the palms, leading with the heart. Squeezing the thighs toward one another still. Breathing fully. One more inhale. And then exhale, release. Come back to center, heel toe the feet hip distance. This time let's interlace the fingers on the lower back. And add a shoulder opener here as you drop in. Crown of the head heavy, hands dropping overhead. Or using some type of prop here if your shoulders are tight, a strap or a piece of clothing. Another full breath. We'll go ahead and release. Heel toe your feet back toward one another. Come back into your Utkatasana. Inhale. And then exhale, release to fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step it back, high plank to low. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale it back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, lift the right. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. This time we'll stay for a few breaths, so settle in here. Find the outer edge of that back foot grounding. The right heel is grounding down. And then squaring off your torso, your rib cage, your shoulders, your gaze toward the front of the mat, front of the room. And take another breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll open it to our warrior two. So readjusting your stance as you need. Maybe it's a little wider. Glancing down, making sure that front heel intersects the arc of your back foot. Right knee tracking to the right. And then extending the fingers in both directions and just letting your gaze settle over that right middle finger. Softening down through the shoulders. Take another full breath here. And then we'll lengthen that front leg, reverse the warrior, right fingertips to the sky. Take another inhale, and then exhale, come back through warrior two, and we'll drop into our side angle. So right elbow resting, left fingertips to the sky, and grounding down into that right heel, at the same time guiding that right femur bone a little deeper into the hip. Twisting open from the lower rib cage. Just letting the gaze settle, either straight ahead, can be up at those left fingertips, or even down the mat, wherever the neck is comfortable. Another full breath here. And maybe we'll add a half bind with that left hand, bring it to the lower back, or bringing it around to the top of that right thigh. And just notice how much weight is in this right elbow. Try to flatten that a little bit. Anyone practices a full bind? See some of you going there. You can bring their fingertips down, try to find that bind, both fingers. We'll take another full breath and then release that on, lengthen that front leg, reverse the warrior. Take an inhale, and then we'll come right into our triangle. So keeping the length on this right side, shifting the hips to the back, shifting the torso forward, and then drop in the right fingertips to your ankle, to your shin, to a block if you have nearby, outside that front foot. Just continuing to twist the torso open, the gaze settle, grounding into the ball joint on that right foot. Just making sure that right knee has a little bit of movement to it so it's not locked out. You want to keep That right quadricep engaged. Take another full breath here. And then exhale, release. And let's step that right foot back. And you can take it through your vinyasa. You can take it right to your downward dog. Or you can take it down to a table or to a child's pose and take a little breather. And there you are. Start to make your way back to downward dog if you weren't already there. And together we'll inhale the left leg high and exhale it forward, warrior one on the left. Grounding down, inhale, come on up, and settling in. Find the outer edge of that back foot to ground you, and then squaring off your torso toward the front of the room. Settling the gaze. Another breath in. And as you exhale, we'll open it to our warrior two. Again, adjusting your stance, adjusting your feet, just glancing down, checking your alignment. And then settling in, softening the gaze, softening the shoulders. Another full breath here. And then we'll lengthen that front leg, reverse your warrior, left fingertips high. That left side body lengthening, another breath in. And then exhale, come back through warrior two and into our side angle. Right fingertips high, grounding down into that left heel. And then that left femur shifting back just a little bit. At the same time, rotating open through the rib cage and the heart. Breathing fully. Whenever you're ready, if you want to add the half bind with that right hand to the lower back, and then you can walk it around and grab the top of that thigh. And for anyone practicing or moving toward the full bind, bring that left hand down, wrap it around, try to find those fingers or grab a strap here to aid. A little bit more open through the front of the body. Take another full breath. And then release that all, reverse and lengthen. Inhale. And then we'll come right into our triangle. So keeping that length on the left side body, shifting the hips to the back, and then sending the torso forward. And then dropping in. Keeping the torso twisting open, the rib cage and the heart. Keeping the breath full. And take another full breath. And as you exhale, release everything down. Send that left foot back. And either take it through your high to low. You could take that left leg straight up to a three-legged dog. Bring it all the way back to your downward dog, to your child's pose. Wherever your body's craving, take 3 deep breaths. And then if you were anywhere other than downward dog, just start to make your way back to your downward dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. And with empty lungs, look forward, walk, step, or jump, kick the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale to stand. And then inhale, come back to your Utkatasana. One breath. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, step it back, high plank to low. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Inhale, lift the right. We'll just do a little flow on the breath. Exhale it forward, warrior one. Inhale up, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Maybe we'll bring this into our bird of paradise. So you can either stay right here, you can add the half or the full bind, or you can keep coming with us with the full bind, or if you have a strap, that's a great place to use it here. Bring your gaze to your right foot, start to walk your left foot in to meet it, and turn both feet to face the front of your mat. I'm going to just turn to face you this way. So both feet are parallel. Start to bring the weight onto your left foot, come in onto your right toes as you slowly start to bring the weight all the way onto that left foot, and slowly walk your gaze up. As you come to stand, let your gaze settle, opening up that right knee to the right, and then maybe extending those toes. Wherever you are, take another breath, and then we'll slowly come out, making our way back down, stepping that back foot back, coming back into your bound side angle, releasing the bind, reversing the warrior, lengthening. Beautiful. And then exhale, wiggle it all down. Step that left foot back, go through your vinyasa, or take it right to your downward facing dog. With the next inhale, take the left leg high. Exhale it forward, warrior one. Grounding down, inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. And we'll pause here. Come into our half bind or full bind. And then if you want to come along to bird of paradise, start stepping that right foot in to meet the left. Parallel feet toward the front of the mat. And then shifting the weight onto that right foot, getting light in those left toes. When you are ready, bring all of the weight onto that right foot. Slowly start to walk your gaze up till you come all the way to stand. And when you get there, try to really lift your heart a little bit, open up through the shoulders, open that left knee, and then the icing on the cake is extending those left toes. Of course, finding your breath there. Take one more inhale wherever you are, and then we'll release out of that. Step the back foot back, coming back into your bound side angle, releasing, lengthening, reversing, full breath in, and then exhale, windmill everything down. Step the left foot back, high to low or right to your downward facing dog. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. And nice long breath out. And then we'll come into a half pigeon. So if you would like to come into it forward facing, take an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale it forward. You can drop the back knee, and then we'll heel toe that right foot to the left edge of the mat. Drop the right knee. Otherwise, coming onto your back, and you can do this the recline version, crossing right ankle over left knee. So if you're forward facing, bring your hands to either side of your hips. Lift that right hip a little bit. Try to guide it back. I'm gonna grab a block for under my right hip. This morning it's a little tight. So something underneath that right hip is a great way to add. A block is pretty unforgiving, so if you have some type of clothing that maybe can be a little softer under there, but still give you a little bit of height to help So then you can just bring your hands in front, walk them forward to whatever degree your body is allowing this morning. So maybe you stay up a little higher. Maybe you come to forearms. Maybe you stack your fists and let your head rest on there. You find whatever place you can find ease and softness in the pose, as well as, of course, a great stretch and opening through that right hip. As much as you can, settle in here, find your breath. We're going to stay for a little bit, so try to find the ease and the softness here. And as your body softens in, you can adjust your pose to match that. Stay for about 5 to 8 more breaths here. So really enjoy those. Fill up the body. And we'll start to slowly make our way out. Walking your hands back to that front leg. If you have any kind of prop there, just remove it. Shift your weight to the right hip. Swing that left leg around. If you are on your back, you can uncross and rock your way up to a seat. We'll come into a double pigeon, crossing left ankle over right knee. Maybe extending that lower leg if that's too much and just coming into a figure 4. And trying again to feel grounded through the sit bones and sit nice and tall through the spine. So we have our left leg is on top, right leg is on the bottom, both feet are flexed, protecting those knee joints. Then we're going to add some arms. So again, sitting up nice and tall, inhale both arms high. Really reach them up and then take that right elbow, bend it, place that hand right between your shoulder blades, and then you can use the left hand to just nudge that whole right arm a little closer to center, really elongating through the tricep and the back of that right arm. Try to bring the middle of your head so that it's pressing into the forearm so that your gaze is up. And then let's maybe add a half bind, bring that left hand to the lower back, or maybe walk it up and try to find the fingertips of the right hand and find that full bind. If you did Bird of Paradise with us and your shoulders are probably pretty open right now, this should feel a little bit more easeful than normal. If your shoulders are tight, this won't feel easeful at all, but it's a good pose to be in if you have tight shoulders, and you can be using a strap or a piece of clothing here to connect your hands as well. Take another 2 rounds of breath. And then go ahead and release the arms, maybe give them a little shake, a little roll the shoulders, and then bring the hands behind as you uncross the legs and give them a little shake. And then we'll cross over, the ankles come back through our table and back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale, exhale, and then inhale the left leg high, exhale it forward, then we'll come into our half pigeon on the left. We're coming onto your back and crossing left ankle over right knee. Take my clothing props under my left hip here. Again, finding your place here. You can keep your back toes tucked if that helps you stay a little bit more in the pose. Otherwise, you can let them flatten out. If I was in person with you, I'd come around, and give you each a little adjustment to make sure that the back of your foot isn't sickling in. You want to try to keep that nice and flat. And then Walk your hands forward to whatever degree your body is feeling. Settle in, find your breath, find the softness. Trying to relax those muscles on the left, outer hip, inner hip, quadricep, wherever you're feeling a little bit of tightness. Send your breath there. Take about 5 more deep breaths here. Another round of breath, and then we'll start to make our way out. Walking your hands back up, removing any props, shifting the weight onto that left hip, and then bringing the right leg around. And if you're on your back, uncrossing and rocking your way up to a seat, and we'll come into our double pigeon or figure 4. The right leg on top, left leg on bottom. Inhale, both arms high, lengthen up, and then this time we'll take the left, bend the left arm, and then bring the right hand to left elbow and just nudge that whole arm a little closer to center. Again, bringing the center of the head to the forearm so your gaze comes forward. And either staying right there, or if you want to add the half bind with that right hand coming to the lower back, or try to find the full bind, walking the hands up. Try to find the hairs in the way there. Try to find the fingers, or using any kind of prop to connect that. Sitting up tall, letting the gaze settle. Take a few more breaths. Another inhale, and then exhale, release the arms. Give them a nice shake. Roll the shoulders, releasing all of that. And then bring the hands behind and release the legs and give them a nice little shake. And then we will make our way onto our backs. So just positioning yourself on your mat, come all the way down to your back. And let's hug the knees into the chest, give them a nice squeeze. Maybe a little rocking side to side. Find out if there's any areas that still feel a little tight, a little tense, and just rock and roll over them. And then let's come into a spinal twist. Let's cross left knee over right. Shift your hips to the left and drop your knees to the right. And then you can bring your gaze to the left and that left arm out like a wing. If this is too intense, too much on your back, then uncross, or you can bring a prop underneath that left knee to release a little bit. Take an inhale through the nose and an open mouth exhale. Letting the whole body soften in here. Another full breath. And then release, come back through center. We'll switch sides. You can give your knees a little hug in to reset in between sides if that feels good. And then we'll cross right knee over left. Shift the hips to the right and drop the knees to the left. And then bring that right shoulder heavy, right arm out to the side. Maybe bring your gaze over to the right as well. Inhaling through the nose, and exhaling through the mouth. Softening in here, settling, breathing into the twist. Another full breath here. And then release and come back to center. And we'll prepare for Shavasana. And you take any other last movements, maybe another reset, hugging the knees in. Rolling over all the areas of the back body. And when you're ready, extending the legs long, the arms by your sides. Finding your stillness with the physical body. Taking an inhale through the nose. And open mouth exhale. Softening the face, relaxing the jaw. Letting the shoulders, the backs of the arms, backs of the hips, all of the parts of your body touching the mat get a little heavier. Starting to bring some awareness back to your physical body, to your breath. With your next inhale, take a nice deep breath, lengthen the arms overhead, stretch everything nice and long. And then with the exhale, hug everything in tight, squeeze the knees into your chest, make a nice tight little ball. And then dropping everything to one side, take another deep, full breath. And then making your way back up to a comfortable upright. And bring our hands to our heart center. Bring back to mind our intention or our dedication, our focus, our mantra. Really try to see it clearly. Breathe it in, bringing our hands to our crown to honor those thoughts. And to our throats, honoring our words. And to our hearts, honoring our soul our souls and the lights that shine in each and every one of us. Namaste. Thank you guys. As always,